Hey dancers, welcome to today's class. I'm Roxy. If you've never been here before, welcome to the channel. And if you've been here, what's up fam? Today's class is gonna be stretchy, flexy, really juicy, like good old yoga stretch. This would be an example of, well, I actually came up with this class just doing my own personal flow. So this is really like what I would do if I was just doing my own practice, flowing through some movements. So we're gonna get a little bit more organic with it, and we're also gonna get into some more challenging poses. So I'm trusting you guys to really listen to your body and not compare yourself to me. Please meet your body where you're at. What's really gonna benefit you and actually allow you to increase your flexibility safer and have it be a more enjoyable process is you meeting your edge and actually really listening to the signals that your body's giving you. If you are in a pose, if you're in a stretch and you are you feel really strained, you're holding your breath, you're just waiting for it to be over, you've gone too far. You need to back up off to the place where you're still feeling the stretch, but you're not straining. You need to be able to breathe fully. If you cannot breathe in a pose, there's no point in doing it, okay? So please keep that in mind. We're gonna be paying special attention to really make sure we're not sinking into our joints. Especially if you're hypermobile, please just be aware that you have a little micro bend in your knee anytime we do any really stretchy things. So we'll be playing with a little bit of mobility and active stretching techniques thrown in there as well. Just have a fun little stretchy power flow, really focusing on the legs. This is splitsy, middle splits, all the leg line things is what this class is for today. So if you know you're on the little bit less flexible side, just go ahead and grab a couple yoga blocks, okay? So that you can really get the benefit of the stretch and feel like you can get into it easier and find your edge and not be straining in a lot of these. So grab some blocks, just keep them on hand in case. Grab some water. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with a little bit of a warm up and then just get right into this flow. Let's do it. All right, my loves, come to stand on your mat. We're actually going to take a moment to do a little organic flow. So close your eyes. You don't need to watch me for this. Just start to get into your body. Taking some deep breaths. Giving permission to your body to move how it wants to for a moment. Move in a way that allows you to feel connected to your physical self. Shaking off the day, moving out any old, stagnant, low energy. Just connecting in with your body. Maybe run your hands down your legs. Anything that helps you feel really grounded right now. Maybe you need to shake, wiggle, circle your hips, circle your neck, your shoulders. Just I'll give you a little organic noodle for a moment. Bringing your presence into the body, into this present moment so that you can really listen and work with the body in this class. Feel connected, celebrate yourself. Beautiful. Open your eyes, take a deep breath in, feet nice and wide, arms up. Exhale, we're gonna mount as we bend. Straighten and roll up. Kind of circling the wrists as you melt down. And melt, bend, arch. Beautiful. We're gonna do some jumping jacks. Getting the blood flowing. Get a little energy going here. And then just do some high knees. Running in place. Rolling through your feet. Point the toes. Be light on the feet here. You can shake out your arms. Again, we're just kind of clearing any energy from the day. Beautiful. We're going to swing and swing and swing and swing. And now we're going to do a little shake. All of my YDA students know this shake all too well. We are loosening up the fascia. So what you want to do here is ground your feet down parallel. And you're not picking up your feet. Your weight is grounded and you're shifting your weight back and forth really fast while letting your booty Your hamstrings relax totally here. So jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. What we're actually doing here is helping release any stiffness in the fascia in the back of the legs, which can be really helpful in flexibility. So give that a break here. Come on down, turn your feet out. We're gonna rock the hips side to side. Just a nice loose little swing here. Tapping into the breath, breathing to awaken, breathing to energize. We're gonna drop that right knee in, twist open to the left. Exhale, center. Internally rotate the left and center. Turn in, turn out. Turn in, turn out. Open through the chest and down and up. And center, beautiful. Walking your hands forward, we're gonna meet in a downward facing dog here. Taking a moment to walk out through the feet. Plugging your fingertips into the mat, don't sink into your joints. Press into the floor, micro bend through the elbows. In downward dog, guys, I want you to make sure that you're prioritizing a straight back over straight legs. If you find that to get your legs straight or get your ankles to the floor, you have to round like this. I need you to reverse it. I need you to prioritize sticking your booty, pop your booty up to the ceiling, really straight back, even if that means you need to bend your legs, okay? Beautiful. We're gonna ripple forward into a plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. Child's pose, push up, coming forward, knees on the ground. Inhale, lower, keep the elbows into the side. Exhale, up and back. And coming forward and back. Core in, nice and tight, lowering down and lifting back up in one piece. Beautiful, coming forward. Tuck the toes, hips back, downward dog. And rippling through the plank again. Ripple, pull the core in. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. 3 more push-ups. Inhale, so really keeping those elbows into the side, long neck. Exhale. Try to keep your shoulders away from the ears here. Inhale to lower. Exhale back and just taking a moment in child's pose. Breathing into the back of the body, stretching the arms forwards. Connecting your third eye to the earth. And then inhaling forward, tabletop. And lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Staying on our left leg, we're gonna lift the right leg up to the sky. Now I want you here to stay squared through your shoulders. Don't tweak and like twist here, okay? Keep your shoulders really steady. And then bend that right knee. We're gonna circle that right leg, opening the hip, drawing a big circle in the sky with that knee. And switch directions. Beautiful, straighten that leg. Now again, we're not gonna be arching and sinking through the back here. I do want you to make sure that if your ribs are splitting out, you're kind of arching like this to pull everything in, really activate the core. We're gonna just do little pulses, working the booty here. So keep everything perfectly still except the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, kick, kick, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, flipping into our wild thing here. Let that foot drop behind you. We're gonna drop down, lower, inhale, press, lower, inhale, press. Really pressing into the floor, don't sink into that left shoulder, lift. Squeeze the booty to lift the hips. Stretch. And now see if you can lift that leg off, circle back around. Whoa, step it forward to a lunge, a little balance practice there. Coming into our lunge here. Knee over the ankle. And we're going to plant that left hand, twist open through the right. Exhale, right elbow to the left hand. Little sink here. Squeeze the booty, lift you up. Exhale, sink and twist. Inhale, so see I'm kind of sinking down, and then I'm using my mobility here to squeeze that booty, lift me back up, and I'm kind of squaring my hips off. So I'm kind of moving like this, okay? Last time. Inhale. Now we're gonna inhale, reach that arm. Instead of the elbow, we're gonna reach that arm through the hole. Pivot on this foot. Come into our squat here. So no matter where you are, maybe you're just here, yeah? If you can't go all the way down, just meet yourself where you're at. Working our mobility. Again, we're sinking here. Use the glute to pull that knee out over the toes. Don't sink through the front of the arch. And then lifting, squeezing that booty. Use those leg muscles to lift you back to the twist. And moving with the breath. And this time twisting. And we're gonna take a moment here in this squat. So meet yourself where you're at. If you're really if you're having a hard time in this stretch, feel free to just be here in a side angle, okay? If you are feeling this stretch here, you have an option here to sit here for a moment or to reach over towards that foot. Or you can reach forwards or take a bind around this leg even. So pick your poison here. We're gonna breathe. If you're doing this stretch, try and think about really drawing that hip down to the floor as much as you can. Doesn't have to make it all the way, but just to get a little more of a stretch into that side. Breathing. Beautiful. Coming up. We're gonna lift back to that lunge one more time. And then come on up into our warrior two. So now this leg is tired. We're just gonna reach back. Squeeze the booty. And forward side angle. Oh yeah. Right into that inner thigh. And drop that hand down. Sweet release. Drop that back knee. We're gonna come up here. So I'm going to be next to this wall intentionally so I can use a little bit of balance if I need. And we're going to come into a really nice squared hip here. So if you're kind of open, you need to draw those hips even. 90 degrees with the knee. Now we're going to intentionally put a lot of effort into squeezing this booty to tuck the pelvis, okay? So you are like aggressively sticking your pubic bone forwards, okay? Now, keeping this going, this is really important to keep that squeeze and use your core even a little bit for that tuck. Place that right hand down on that leg. We're gonna reach up through the left. So reaching, shoulder down. Now if you want to lean forward a little bit, that's fine, but keep that tuck. So if you lean forward and then arch, no, you need to keep that tuck. And then you can lean forward a little bit. And what we're really trying to do, the more that you tuck even, the more stretch you're gonna get through the front here. And now we are going to connect the chin to the chest. And there it is. You're almost like trying to curl and round here through the spine in this. And comment below after this if you could not feel this stretch, if you had a hard time. We're really trying to target the front of the leg here. If you couldn't feel this, let me know, because I want to make sure you get this, because it's such a good one. And this is a great way to stretch the quads and the front of the hips without damaging the hip joint or the tendons. Woo. So you can also play around with kind of leaning over a little bit. I'm kind of leaning into the wall here. Or you could put a block down here on this side for your hand. Oh, but the thing is here, squeeze the booty, keep that tuck. Okay, play around here, find what's gonna work for you. Meet your edge. Find the place where you can breathe into the pose. You can even close your eyes and really go within here. I'm gonna even place my hand down and just focus on kind of leaning over and really creating that tuck. And dropping my chin to my chest, and I'm feeling it. Ooh, right up through here, hurts so good. Beautiful little active stretch there. We're using the muscles to create the stretch rather than just hanging out here, right? So, beautiful. So now we are gonna come down though. Go ahead and you can see that leg back if you want. We're gonna add a little movement here. So, bringing the foot out a little bit wider, bringing your hands inside. We're gonna reach down, really stretch here. Again, working, sinking, kind of finding your range, and then using this right booty, really activate the booty and the hamstrings to lift you up and press you back to half splits here, okay? Inhale forward, reaching along the ground, booty squeeze to lift, straighten and twist, okay? So we're teaching our body that we can go into the depth of our range and have the strength to then get us back out of it too. That's what the body and especially the brain and nervous system want and need to feel safe for us to drop into deeper ranges of motion. So really put the mind into the muscle here. Oh yeah. Beautiful, hand down, bringing that foot in between the hands, nice little half splits here. Another thing here to be aware of, we are also squaring off the hips, draw that right hip back, left hip forward. We are also, again, here focusing on flattening the spine. So if you are kind of rounding here and you're like, I want you to, even if it means you need to come up or you need to have two blocks right here, we want to prioritize actually arching the spine here, okay? If you're doing this, you're really bypassing the stretch in your hamstring and putting it more in your back. So we want to be nice and flat as we do this, and we're really drawing that hip back. Oh yeah, that makes it spicy. So we're going to breathe here for a few moments. We're going to play around with a little squeeze and release of that right leg. So I like to, keep the stretch and then squeeze, like my hamstrings, my glutes, everything, and then kind of relax, doing a little activation here of the muscle. So we're not even moving anything. We're just squeezing the quads, the hamstrings, the booty, and then releasing. I find that once I do a couple rounds of that, I start to feel a little more ease in the stretch. So try that a couple times. And then we're gonna also play around with circling this front ankle. It's rare that when I do half split stretch that I'm ever really like holding it still. I really like to bring a lot of movement here, almost like getting my body really comfortable and kind of ironing out any of the kinks or tight places here. So I'm gonna play around with circling the ankle and the head and the hips and be like, ooh, how does that help you get all the little angles of the whole stretch and even down through the leg as well? Like, how does it feel to kind of sickle the foot versus, arching and even winging? Like, how can you play around with your posture here to really get through all angles of this stretch? Now we are going to bring our hands over to the opposite side of the foot and kind of bring that foot across here. Now you're still drawing back with that right hip. Do a little flex here and hello. So taking a moment of stillness now, and we are just going to breathe. And I want you to tell your body with your breath that it is safe to let go, it is safe to stretch here. Use the breath to help create a sense of ease in the body, even if you're getting that good spicy stretch sensation. And even here, don't lock into your elbows, really lift up through the spine, try and arch through the back a little bit. And you'll notice anytime you focus on really like arching, you're gonna feel much more of a pull in the hamstrings. So a lot of times I see dancers and yogis think that they have really good hamstring flexibility, but they've really been like tucking, and it's been like mostly through their spine that they've been, you know, able to like get their face to their leg. And as soon as they really square off the hips and like have a flat back, really arch the spine, it's like, wow, ooh, that is tough. So just something to play with and think about. Beautiful, walking that leg back to the center. We're gonna come forward into our lunge here. And then walk the hands to the inside of the foot, walk the foot a little bit out. Now we are gonna do a little bit more of a sinking here. So we're gonna come down. You can stay up on your hands or come down to a lizard pose here. Or on your forearms, I should say. And now maybe you're good here. Maybe you're like, yep, this is groovy for me. You can even bring 2 blocks under your forearms if you wanna come down on your forearms, but need to be lifted up. And then option here to bend that leg, reach around back for it, take a stretch here. And now while you're here, make sure you're not just hanging out when this front arm, press into that elbow into the floor and stay lifted. And long through the spine as well. Really think tailbone and top of the head are reaching away from each other. And now we're gonna play with some proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So I want you to like kind of press into this leg here, pressing that foot towards the booty, and feel the leg kind of fight back. I want you to activate and press into my hand. So there's this opposition force here. And you're gonna press for 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Let the leg surrender to the hand. And then again, press for 3, 2, 1, surrender. Ooh, and then you notice, ooh, you kind of go a little bit deeper. Do that one more time. And even in this right leg here that we have bent forwards, we're not too much like just rolling and sinking. I do want you to feel like you're pressing into the floor and there is some sense of lift and not total collapse through the hips here. So almost like you're trying to square off your hips a little bit here. So one more time, pressing that oppositional force, really squeeze the booty, squeeze the quads. And relax the leg, surrender to the stretch. Ooh, yeah. And then you can relax a little more. Breathing. Happy thoughts, we are good, we are safe. Beautiful, releasing that, gently unwinding, coming up. We're gonna tuck that foot, lift the knee off, pivot here, moving into our fun power pose. We are going to, so first of all, prereq is that you need to be able to do a side angle and get this hand on the ground, okay? So what we're gonna go do from there, if you can't get your hand on the ground, you have a block, it's totally fine. I'll show you what you're gonna do in a moment. But if you can, you're going to sweep this shoulder underneath, like you're trying to really get this right shoulder underneath the right knee and place this hand on the opposite side of the foot, okay? If you can't do that, just place your hand on a block right here. No worries. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna start to inch that back foot up and reach that left hand forward to stabilize. If you are using a block, same thing. You're gonna come like this. You're basically gonna be in a half moon if you're using the block. Woo! Okay? If you're not using the block, you're gonna move into super soldier. So shoulder under, reaching forward, pressing up, okay? This is our super soldier with our hand here wrapped around. Leg is nice and straight. We are using that left arm also to balance here. So a little half moon variation. If you're using the block or maybe the super soldier is feeling really rough on your shoulder, just come to a nice half moon, okay? And really think about like lifting that leg up. Work on that balance. Wherever you are, we're gonna breathe here. If you're liking super soldier, you're feeling really sturdy, you can begin to bend that left leg. Reach that right arm up so you're pressing that right hand into the inner right thigh, reaching for that leg, coming here. This is super soldier. Yay. So play around with either half moon or either of the super soldiers. Breathing here, breathe, 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 yay. This is one of my favorites. And you can even release that leg and have the arm released like this. Really pressing that arm into that thigh. But we're going to bring that hand down, wrap it around the super soldier, and, or just on the floor where it is. If you're in half moon, we're gonna circle that left foot down, okay? So now we're in a forward fold, and I want your right leg to be slightly bent. Left leg straight, okay? We're going to take a bind around that right leg. So I was just in super soldier here, right here, binding around that right leg. We're moving into bird of paradise. So you can watch me, how I'm gonna move into it, and then we'll take some time to play with it, okay? So I'm gonna be shifting my weight into this left leg. Spread your toes, squeeze the booty, really make sure this leg is nice and strong and stable. You're gonna shift in to this cute little position and kind of get your weight upright a little bit so that you can lift up. Okay? This is gonna be part one. If you can just get here, fuck yeah. Okay? So play around with that. Just seeing if you can engage your core, engage your glutes to lift you up. Find the balance, tall spine. And then just go ahead and straighten that right leg. Keeping the bind. If straightening the leg, I mean, you can have it like half straight, just as straight as you can. If this is feeling really rough on your shoulder, just do it around the front. Just don't do this, just do it this way. Yeah, okay? So, go ahead and take yours. We're really gonna be balancing on this left leg. Build up that strength, nice and straight. Now from here, I'll turn to the side to show you guys. Fun little, Okay, you know what? It happens to the best of us. We are going to move. I'm gonna show it to you so you can see it and then kind of prepare for it, okay? So we're moving from bird of paradise into our full standing compass pose. And then from there, unwinding that shoulder, moving into a twisted one-legged stand here, okay? Yeah, so let's play with that. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. You work on that. I'll join you in just a moment. I really love mixing balances with stretchy, flexy tricks. So, maybe it's the pole dancer in me, but moving from our bird of paradise into our standing compass. And I'm kind of using the wall if I need to. And then moving forward to our twisted one-legged pose here. Shoulders down, booty strong. Breathe, I know that left leg is probably burning. We're gonna slowly release, cross that right leg over the left, and take a nice forward fold. Nice cross-legged forward fold. Shake the head out. And then send your body some love, okay? We're not using this practice to judge ourselves, even if that was really hard, even if you fell out of it. Doesn't matter. You gotta just try things out sometimes. So breathing. Beautiful. We're gonna unwind. Okay, so just turn out of it to the left, and you'll end up here in our forward fold. We're gonna toe heel walk the feet out, sink the hips, turn out the feet, take a little malasana here, reset, find our ground again. So we're gonna move through all of that on the other side. So pressing the elbows into the legs, using the glutes to pop the knees out, not rolling in on your arches. Let's do it, my friends. Walking your hands forward from here. Pivoting inwards to parallel. Coming into a downward facing dog. So I am facing backwards now, but you can face whichever way on your mat. I'm doing this just so y'all can see me. We're gonna inhale that left leg up to the sky. And again, we're not twisting through the shoulders here. We're keeping them nice and square. Plug your fingertips into the floor so you're not just dumping into your wrists. Bend that knee and circle that left leg, okay? Opening up the hips. Circle the other direction. Straighten that leg and pulse. Kick, kick, kick. 7, 6, core tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flipping into our wild thing here. Pressing up, really using the booty to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, down. Inhale, press. And then slowly flipping back over. See how long you can balance. If you can step that foot up. Landing nice and softly, kind of lunge here. Beautiful, right hand down, left arm twist. Exhale, drop that elbow and sink. Lift up. Exhale, twist. Pro tip, use this move as you're warming up because it really mobilizes the spine and the hips. It's pretty full body. Now reaching that arm through, we're gonna pivot. And reverse. Pivot. And reverse. This time pivoting, coming all the way down to our side lunge here. I'm being very lazy. My left leg's tired from doing all that balancing, but we're gonna come up. So again, if this isn't feeling very accessible for you, you can always come up to a side angle, okay? So pick your poison here. Maybe you wanna stay lifted and practice a little bit of strength. Maybe you wanna prep for that bind that you know is coming with Bird of Paradise. Maybe you wanna stretch and prep for the compass. I just love this one. Nice side stretch, but really trying to anchor those hips down. Breathing into that side body if you're here. Yes, coming back up. Beautiful, and then we are going to lift up. Cartwheel the hands, reverse warrior. Side angle. And then dropping that knee down. Coming to our low lunge here for our stretch here. So, again, squaring off the hips, tucking the pelvis, squeeze the booty. Okay, then we're gonna reach that arm up. So you should already just through kind of tucking, squeezing, maybe shifting your weight forward a little bit, be feeling some sensation through the front of the leg here. And then to really make it nice and juicy, we're gonna tuck that chin to chest. And you're also being aware to keep the hips square too. If they start to open up, you're shifting to one side, be aware of that. We really want to be square and even here. There it is, breathe. So again, we're really like tucking and rounding, squeezing, active stretch. And then you can even play around with leaning over to the side here. Keep that right shoulder away from the ear, creating that length. Breathing into the side body, breathing into wherever you're feeling resistance and tension in the stretch, or that nice spicy sensation. Beautiful. One more breath, feels so good. And coming down, beautiful. So we're going to move through this flow, dropping down, reaching along the floor, squeezing to lift up, shift the hips back. So even when you shift back, if you're hypermobile, be careful not to like lock and jam into that knee, okay? Control here. We are building control through our range. Beautiful. Bring that hand down. Coming into our half split. So again, squaring off the hips, lifting up so we're creating that length through the spine here. And we're going to square off, so you're really pulling back through that left hip. Oh yeah, here it is. So even just here first, we're going to start with the squeezing. That squeeze of this whole left leg, or more the upper leg, the quads, hammies, the glutes, and then release. And then squeeze. So we're just bringing some squeezing here, and those might feel like, okay, what's the point of this? This actually shows your nervous system and your brain that you can contract and basically it activates strength in your muscles even when they are in a lengthened position, which is really important. It signals to the brain that, oh, we have control over the range here. We're not at any risk of lengthening too far and damaging the muscle fiber. So it can actually help you kind of relax, help your body go deeper into the stretch. We're going to play with circling that ankle. And then feel free to get the head and the hips involved here. Ooh, yeah, get all those little angles. Using the breath. Playing around with what sickling or winging and flexing does, how that affects through the whole leg. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Ooh, so good. And we're gonna bring the leg over, and cross it over, walk the hands over here. Again, squaring off, drawing that left hip back, lengthening through the spine, not rounding and tucking, okay? Trying to lengthen and arch here as much as possible. And then we're gonna breathe. Breathing into that leg. You can play around with keeping, squeezing, releasing that leg, the muscles of that leg, but we're going to breathe here, stay lifted through the shoulders. Breathing into the belly here. Beautiful, all right. Framing the leg with the hands, coming forward, and then walking the hands to the inside of that leg. You can walk that foot out a little bit more if you'd like, a little bit more openness through the hips. And then up to you if you want to stay on your hands, if you want to come down to your forearms. And then we're going to bend that leg, reach back for the foot, and work on some of that PNF. So we're going to squeeze, so right, we're creating that oppositional force, hand into foot, squeezing that right leg. 3, 2, 1, relax. And squeezing 3, 2, 1, and relax. So this doesn't need to be a super intense squeeze, it's just like light activation, right? A little bit of light pressure. 3, 2, 1. And relax. And it can even help here if you're struggling to feel the stretch in the quads, if it feels like it's all happening in the front of the hip. Try tucking the tailbone here, even here, and kind of lifting up a little bit. That can sometimes help shift the stretch more down to the meat of the quad. And relax that. Here we are moving into our power poses. So we're going to lift up, pivot, and if you want to move into the super soldier, go ahead, or if you're just going to stick with half moon, just kind of play around. Yep. And then walking that right hand forward and slowly lifting up into our super soldier. So if you're not in super soldier, you are just here in half moon. Feel free to lift that arm off and feel that balance. And if you're having a hard time balancing, remember to breathe and really feel that connection with the floor, with the earth here. And feel free to bend that right leg and reach that hand up for the knee and move into our super soldier here, the full extension. Or just be in half moon. You can even play with bending a knee in half moon here like this. Okay, so find what you want to do here. Where am I? Here we go. And then you can even straighten that leg again and keep the hand off and just be a little star. Good thing I wore a bra with this shirt. And we're going to slowly circle that leg down, coming to a forward fold. Your hand is through the center here so that you can then bind. All right, so taking our bind, and you all know what's coming, so let's just move into it here. So try and hold each pose and make that smooth transition from bird of paradise to the compass to our standing single leg twist, all right? Just take a few rounds, practice with it, play with it. We're gonna take a minute here, so don't worry about my timing. Focus on what's happening in your body. Forget to breathe. Spread the toes on the ground. Try not to let the toes like grip onto the floor. Cross-legged forward fold here. Breathing deeply, relax the back of the neck. Beautiful, and then circling to the right, pivoting out of it, just unwinding, dropping the knees down, keeping the toes tucked. We're just gonna sink our heels back, get a nice little arch stretch here. So up to you if you wanna stay here or walk your hands even all the way up here. I'm gonna come here and just get a nice little stretch through our toes. Feels so good, beautiful. Untuck those, give a little tap. We're gonna come onto the floor now and move into our double stag. So bending the left leg back, right leg forward, hands behind. We're going to squeeze, lift the pelvis, tuck. So, and then lower back down. We're creating a little bit of space in the low back here. Then you can lower down onto your forearms here, or even all the way to the ground. And if you're on the ground and this is feeling good, feel free to draw that right leg in towards your chest, like this. So lots of options here. Getting a nice stretch through that left quad. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So feel free to breathe here. Then we do the same thing here that we did with the lizard pose, where we are pressing into the foot into hand, but now we're going to press this left foot into the ground. So pointing the toe, just imagine like you're trying to press into the floor. Squeeze for 3, press 2, 1, and then relax. And point and press. 3, 2, 1, and relax. And breathing, slowing down the breath. Enjoying the stretch. If you really want even more stretch, you can even play around with straightening this right leg, okay? So there's a lot that you can play around here in this pose. There's a lot of levels to it, but kind of gonna do like a halfway bend, halfway straight, using the wall here. So really find what works for you, find what feels good. Use the breath. Slowing down. Feeling the ground. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll to our right side. Untuck that foot to press up. And then rocking to the other side, bending in that right leg. Bring the hands behind. Lift and tuck. So we really want to do that so that we're creating space in the low back. We're not just coming down and being like super arched and crunchy, okay? Key component. Come on down. And yeah, if you're even just here and you're like, yep, that's fine. You can slowly lower down. Slow, take your time, find what feels good. Let your body tell you where it wants to go. And then once you've found what version you'd like to take, let's go ahead and press into the floor. So press like you're trying to press the top of the foot into the floor. Squeeze 3, 2, 1. Relax. And then squeeze 3, 2, 1. Relax. Full. Doing great. You can play around with what you want this right leg to do if you've got it off the floor. Ooh, it can get real spicy, but just breathe, find that edge. Again, a really important key part of yoga is that we want the pose to invite us further into our body. If you feel like you're in pain or it's making you like disconnect or dissociate, or you're waiting for it to be over, or you're kind of suppressing and ignoring the signals of your body, that's not helpful. Yoga is about union. It's about really listening and becoming even more deeply connected with our physical being. Release. Roll to that left side, untuck that right leg. Fetal position, and then we're going to roll onto our back actually here. So staying on the floor, we're going to move into our shoulder stance. So really engaging the core and the glutes here to lift up. Nice and straight, and use your hands to support you. So I'm not just hanging out. My booty is really supporting me and my core. I'm going to drop that right leg to the floor. So take little splits here, and then using that left glute to try and really straighten and like draw that left leg down, really try and create the splits here. You can even bend that leg. Ooh, nice little quad stretch. Even here, try if your hips are really opening, see if you can keep them even squared here. Just play around with the splits. You can even play around with trying to grab that left foot and come down here. This is pretty just giving you guys options to play around with here. This takes quite a bit of strength, but play around. You can do something like this. Beautiful. Releasing. Let's switch sides here. So left leg comes down now. Right leg is straight. And if you just want to play with the splits here and just straightening your legs, heck yeah. You want to bend? Heck yeah. Remember, we are meeting our bodies where they want to go today. You want to reach for that foot? Go for it. Engage the core. Beautiful. Release both legs up, and slowly rolling down. Take a hug here. Beautiful. We're gonna rock up. Come to a little cobra, kind of reverse all of that. Inhale, little cobra. Nice stretch here, reversing all of that rounding we're just doing. And coming down. Squeezing, lifting up. And then hips back. Coming forward, we bring the feet together. Knees apart for a nice little butterfly here. Just balancing everything out. So let me know, guys. I tend to keep some of the crazy tricks and more bendy things out of my classes, because I'm very wary about, especially if anyone's hypermobile out there, to not risk any joint injuries, or just I'm so much more focused on like really building up stability and mobility in the body. But if you guys really like kind of throwing in some more fun bendy tricks, let me know. I am happy to play around with this. This is typically a part of my practice that I kind of only really throw in with like my YDA students and kind of keep to myself, just because they can be more full body, much more challenging. But if you guys like them and felt safe and supported in this practice, let me know, and I'm happy to make more and spice things up. I feel like I've said spicy a lot in this video, so spicy stretching. If you like it, let me know. Beautiful, we're gonna come up and just let the knees rock side to side here. Oh yeah, massaging out the booty. Awesome, we're just gonna make our way down into a happy baby here. Opening up the hips here. And then if you'd like to, from happy baby, stretch the legs out into a middle splits, go for it. If you are hypermobile, please have a micro bend in your knees. Make sure the stretch isn't just coming from the knees. Shavasana is feeling really good for me right now. If that's what you want to do and you're by the wall, please go for it. Or hit a Shavasana with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, or just our traditional legs out straight, or even if you want to get a bolster or a cushion or anything, again, just giving the body opportunity to lead. What is feeling good for you? That's going to help you settle into some stillness to close out the practice. Let's take 3 deep, full breaths together. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale. Exhale. Letting your whole body just settle, drop down to the floor. Last time, inhale. Let it all go. Closing the eyes, softening the jaw, softening the heart and the shoulders. Oh, my body's feeling so good after that. I hope yours is too. And in this stillness, let's invite in and visualize our bodies just glowing with light, welcoming in a speedy adaptation and renewal through all the cells of our body, that next time we're going to feel even a little bit more open, a little bit more stretchy, things feeling more accessible in our body. Visualizing ourselves as strong, flexible fluid, full of vitality, resilience, and power, gracefulness. You can even visualize yourself dancing, moving, flowing, really traveling across the floor, making beautiful shapes on the pole, just moving at your highest potential. Visualize each of your cells glowing and vibrating with that energy of passion. Beautiful movement. Or if you have your legs up the wall, let them drop down. If your legs are on the floor, let them draw into your chest. We're just going to take a little rock side to side here, massaging out the low back. Just giving yourself a squeeze, give yourself a big hug. Oh, loving body, roll to one side and rolling up. Great job today, guys. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you liked today's class. If you want more, if you really want a consistent training schedule for building the fucking dancing body of your dreams, one that is healthy, strong, mobile, resilient, injury-free, that is what we do in Yoga for Dance Academy. This is a 4-month-long program of intensive cross-training mentorship for dancers. Lots of self-care, lots of healing, lots of movement, everything that's going to help you overcome any of the limitations, both physical or mental and emotional limitations that are keeping you from really being the dancer, the go-getter, the creator, the leader that you want to be as a dancer, as an artist. So I run this program about every 4 months. If you want more info, if you want to get on the wait list, check out the link below. And if you have any questions, send me a message. Find me on Instagram. If you have any requests for classes or any weird things that's happening with your body, injury-wise, feeling limited, feeling stuck, dealing with chronic pain, that is my specialty. I'm always putting out new resources and classes, so I'd love to hear from you guys if there's anything you want, any requests that you have. I got you covered. Thanks for practicing, y'all. Go drink lots of water, get outside, go frolic, celebrate your life. I'll see you soon.